Hi guys, I am Katie Chris, health and wellness coach, embodiment coach, and owner of Recalibrate Your Health and Wellness. So today, depending on when we're watching this, for me it is in December. So the end of the year, also the first in December, so the first week in December. And what I like to do, what I love to do, and what I have my clients do is every single month take an audit of how the last month went, and then plan for the next month ahead. And so one of the things that we do, so we do it every single month. They have kind of a breakdown of questions to ask themselves to set themselves up. You kind of take a review of, hey, how did you show up for your past month? What were the things that you accomplished? What are you really proud of? What kind of needle movers, marks did you make? Because this is a way to keep the momentum going. Because we all know that, again, I'm in December. We know when January 1st hits, we're going to have all these goals, all these ambitions, and then what happens when December usually hits? It's, oh shit, I did not make as much progress as I wanted to, pardon my language. This keeps the momentum going. So we're constantly understanding, hey, like what did we get done the past month? Where can we start to level up? What's in alignment? And we bring joy into our weeks as well, our months as well. And that's when we keep kind of consistently saying, okay, January, we did this. February, we did this. Like, keep going, keep going, keep going. What I want to be doing, so for this December, I want to give you a little bit of an insight of what this audit could look like. So we do audits in two different ways within my community. One is the monthly audit of just really looking at the past month, and then also being really dang intentional and planning for the month ahead. Because we know with weight and with health, it's like these things that you're doing consistently might not seem like they're making the biggest difference, but when we kind of notice that we've been doing it and when we be more intentional for doing it, that's when we see results. That's when we see, because consistency compounds. What we also do too is we make it a kind of a broader kind of sense of a scheme, and so what we do is we do the Wheel of Life. And so this is just kind of looking at the bigger picture of certain areas of your life, and we go through multiple areas and we kind of rank ourselves, and we really look at, okay, where are we least satisfied in our life? And then we create action steps around those areas have you ever kind of felt like you've been crushing one area, but one area of your life is really just like, just not great. And it's easy to ignore that area. You're like, it's okay. I'm going to concentrate on my strengths. I'm going to up-level those. But the thing that happens is that like we're really big on energetics. And so if you're struggling in one area of your wellness, of your life, even if you're crushing it in other areas, that one area is just kind of gonna keep you down. Either suck the energy out or just make it just seem a little bit hard. I always tell my clients of just kind of thinking of the Wheel of Life like as a true wheel. And when we measure it, we kind of, it spokes on the wheel, and like where we're most satisfied, it's further out in the wheel. So more like it's like inflated, and least satisfied, you go inner. And so if there's areas in your life that you're least satisfied with, where there's not a lot of nourishment happening in those, like you're not giving that time and attention, you're going through life with a flat tire. So it could be like, oh, great, bump. Great, bump. So it's just like harder and harder like to go through, even if you're crushing, if you're like 10 out of 10 on certain areas like your work or with your kids or prioritizing like X, Y, and Z, whatever else is on your plate. But if like your wellness or your joy or your spirituality is like really lowly satisfied, it's like, boom. Even if you might not notice that right now. Because a lot of the times we're going through life and we're like there should be struggle in life. There should be hardship in life. I should be like not feeling like I'm living into my best like every single day. Yes and no. Yes, in terms of like I want you to always be growing, and in growing there's growing pains. But that's like one way of you're always reaching for, okay, what's like be better, like reaching for personal growth, personal development. You're always kind of bettering yourself. And then there's the other end where you're just like, yeah, I'm always like this. I'm always going to be lazy. I'm always going to be struggling with my weight. I'm always going to like self-sabotage myself. I'm always going to like not have joy or relation, like anything that you are least satisfied in your life. So what I want, instead of just, I know I'm kind of like saying, all right, what are you doing? You should be doing a life audit. Here are some tactics, 3-4 questions that I want you to ask, because we could go into the whole like life wheel of life assessment or the monthly assessment, but that would take way too long. So I want to pare it down with 4 questions. So I want to give you right now, it's 4 questions. Four questions, super simple, but this is a framework that you can use to say, okay, 2022, gonna be my best year, or whenever you're watching this, like the next best months. 4 really simple questions to ask yourself. And when I say this, you're gonna say that's common sense, Katie. But as I was gonna say my friend, he will be my friend, but as my friend Brendan Burchard says, common sense is not always common practice. So what are these 4 questions and this 4 kind of question framework to really help you amplify the next couple of months? The first one is, what is my reality? What is your reality? What does your life look like? The good and the bad. Like, just truly don't be judgmental. I always tell myself, be curious, not judgmental. Just really be objective on this and just list off, okay, this is an objective view of what is in my life currently right now, the good and the bad. So take some time to just exactly what is in your life. The next question is, what is your dream? What is your dream for your life? And do not cap this. Let your pen flow. Just go with this. Just like reach for the stars. What is your dream? Don't ask, is this realistic? Don't ask if, like, will this actually happen? Don't question yourself. Just say, okay, whatever comes up, what is your dream? Get a real clarity vision of exactly what you want in your life. And then the third question is, what am I getting rid of? What am I letting go of? So go back to your reality list and say, okay, what does not serve me? What does not, I call this clearing out the clutter with my clients, of just like, to make room for new furniture, you have to clear out the old. So for your dream, we just painted a really clear vision of what is your dream. What are you gonna get rid of to make room for this dream? What doesn't serve you? What stresses you out? What puts you in a really low energy that just like does not align with who you're trying to become? What are you committed to? Because this is where it's like, it's common sense, but not always common practice. It's common sense to know, okay, binge eating, stress at work, me not working out consistently. It's easy to say, I'm going to let go of that, but it's hard to actually do it. And so this is where common sense is not always common practice. I want this to be common practice. Say, create a list. What are you letting go of? What are you no longer allowing to be in your reality? So make that list. And then the 4th list is just, what am I keeping? So what are you keeping? Look back at your reality list and look at the things that you're like, damn right, I'm so proud that those are in my life. Because when you put back into what are you keeping and you focus in on the really dang good things that are happening in your life, that's when you kind of build up the energy and build up the vibration and build up that frequency of just focusing on the good and the unconditional love that comes from focusing on the good. That's when the dream will come into. Because you're kind of living into the vibration, the frequency to allow those dreams to come into fruition. I know that sounds very woo-woo, but just on a basic level, why would it not be kind of ideal to say, okay, this is my reality, this is my dream, this is what I want to let go of, so I'm going to let go of that, and this is what I want to keep, so I'm going to focus on what I want to keep. And you have room, because you're focusing on the damn good things in your life. And so that comes from a place of gratitude, that comes from a place where you feel really dang good. And what happens when we feel really dang good? We're more motivated, we have higher energy, we say yes to opportunities. Like, when we feel really good, that is when you're like have you ever had a day where you're like, everything just like lined up, everything was good, it was a great day, like da-da-da-da. Probably, if you look back, you're doing things that light you up. You're having conversations with people that lit you up, that didn't stress you out, didn't bog you down. And so if you have more of those days where you're focusing on what am I having in my life that is positive, and less of the days of the items that you said that you're letting go of, imagine what your life could look like if you have those pop days, those vibrant days. Imagine that. And I'm willing to bet that the more days that you have more pop, more jazz, more life in you, because you're focusing on the things that you want more of in your life, the good things, you'll get to your dream. Because I'm guessing that the things that you want to keep in your life, they're in alignment with what your dream life wants to look like, right? And so by putting more energy into those and completely letting go of the things that you said you want to let go, that's where your dream just effortlessly comes in, where you realign back into your dream, where you re-embody that dream for you. So, if anything, December, I know December is kind of weird, or whenever you're watching this, it could be a weird time in your month of just like, you're just feeling stagnant. If you're feeling stagnant, let's just do it out of your life. And so what we do in this container of Recalibrate is we do a whole life assessment, a wheel of life assessment, and then we also do monthly assessments too. So we're really nitty and gritty and strategic with the assessments, because in that assessment, when we understand exactly what we did, that's when we find clarity and intentionality, and we just like light each other up on, all right, this is my intention for the month. And when you don't know what you did, that's when you get stuck. That's when you kind of get lethargic, or you don't progress, because you don't even realize that you're not progressing because you didn't actually do that assessment. So we do that in the container of Recalibrate. But right now, this is so dang simple. Do this. Just ask yourself, what is my reality? What is my dream? What am I letting go? And what am I keeping and leveling up in? So guys, go all in. You got this.